Hi, everyone, and welcome to the first week of your class of ENSL U728 Literacy Instruction for K-12 Second Language Learners. Just a quick personal note before we get started, and this will be a very quick introduction to your syllabus. My father passed away a week ago, very unexpectedly, and that's been a difficult time for me and my family because he was relatively young and, like I said, very unexpected. So that being said, I really appreciate y'all's flexibility in letting me record something for you around the syllabus as opposed to doing a Zoom video or a Zoom meeting where everyone would be in together. It's just a little bit easier for me until things overall get a little bit easier for me to be able to record this. That being said, if you have any questions that I do not address within this video, please let me know and email me, and I will try my absolute best to answer those for you. So this is going to be, like I said, a very quick overall introduction to your course. I'm going to skip the first couple of pages and really get into your assignments because those are the things that people typically have questions about. And so before we get into those, if this is your first online class, just keep in mind that lots of things can happen with an online only class that don't always necessarily affect an in-person class. Things like technology will always fail you. Wi-Fi access will always go down the moment when you need to submit an assignment. So just really try to plan ahead, looking at your due dates, try not to wait to the last minute. I will always try my absolute best to provide you grace and space like you're providing for me right now, some grace. So if something happens and, emergencies happen and things like that, the important thing is to be able to email me as soon as you know that you're not going to be able to submit an assignment on time or something's happened either personally, professionally, or technologically that prohibits you from turning an assignment in on time. So just letting me know as soon as you do know that, then it gives me time to be able to think about grading and making sure that I have the time with my workload this summer to grade you on time when things like that happen. Let's see. So let's get into your assignments. The first one will be your discussion questions and posts. And really the purpose of this is because we are not in person, is to facilitate participation and engagement with one another in an online kind of scenario. So your questions are posted in Blackboard. You're trying to respond to two colleagues' posts, posting your initial response first and then replying to them. And then your module assessments are the other, I would say, pretty consistent piece of assignments within your class. So this is really to show that you've read what is in the modules, you've watched the videos that are in there as well, and it just basically shows, like, yes, I've watched and I've read, and this is what I've learned. So there are 4 of them over the course of the term, and you'll see in the course schedule where those are. And so you're going to watch these videos, think about what you've read within that module as well, and reflect on what you've learned and how you can really apply the strategies as a teacher of ELLs in your classroom settings. So you'll post those reflections and responses to the guiding questions to the discussion board. And each one of those should be about 3 to 4 paragraphs, so not very lengthy, just enough to really show me what you know based on what you've learned in that module. The book critique, this is really a way for you to start to think about what are some biases that are present in curriculum materials that we use in everyday life in schools. So you're going to select and critique a piece of student literature looking for cultural bias, stereotyping, and racism within it. And there are some guiding questions. I don't expect you to just be able to, off the top of your head, be able to find these kinds of elements of racism and bias. So if you look at the assignment for book critique, you will see some questions that will help guide you through critiquing a piece of student literature for that assignment. This assignment, as I'm looking at the expectations. That'll be 2 to 4 pages, double space, 12-point font. That is all APA expectations. And APA formatting, the absolute best, in my opinion, website for you to go to for that is Purdue OWL. And I have listed that website here in your suggested internet resources. So Purdue OWL is the online writing lab from Purdue, and it is fabulous. So if you have questions about what APA should look like, it is a really, really easy to access and navigate website that can help you format your paper correctly. And then you will have a research topic summary, final paper, and presentation. So those kind of all lump together. So you're going to select a research topic. Of course, that has to do with this course. And after you select it, you're going to find and read at least 3 articles and just do a quick one-page summary of the bullets of the main points within the articles and the implications for teaching language learners within that. So, if I were to pick something like, and this is easier for me because my doctorate was in language and literacy, and my research was around emergent bilingual kiddos, and they were in reading recovery with me, and we used their home language of Spanish to really increase their learning of English. So I'm kind of cheating here. So I'm able to just pick a topic off the top of my head, which would be that. What is the impact of a emergent bilingual's home language on their acquisition of English when it comes to reading recovery, beginning readers? So I would find at least 3 articles, read them, synthesize them, and then again create a one-page summary of what I learned. So that would be the research topic summary. And then the final paper, you're just going to expand on that. So you're going to look at more resources and really make a research paper of about 5 to 8 pages. That doesn't include your cover or title page. It also does not include your references, and doing that in APA. So you'll have a lot more what am I trying to say? A lot more guidance on that research paper. This is just the quick summary of it. So you can see there are some steps here, gave you some example topics. You do not have to choose one of these, but here are ones if you're having trouble thinking of one. And it's just giving you some other ways of helping you kind of go through this process and being able to write your research paper. Now, this is important to know here. This is why it is in bold. This project can be done individually, or you can work with a partner. But for partnerships projects, both of you are going to receive the same score on all of the project pieces for the summary, for the paper, and for the presentation. So just keep that in mind. If you choose to partner up, perfectly fine and great. Just know that you will be getting the same grade for all 3 pieces of the assignment. And then the last part is your research paper presentation. And this is really for you to share. When you get back to school, one of my favorite things is when we have in-house PD, when I've done some learning on my own and I'm able to bring that as an expert to my colleagues. So this is going to be kind of you presenting. You're not going to be presenting to us as your class, since this is an online only class and we don't have synchronous class meetings, but you're going to create a presentation as if you were. So you're going to choose whatever presentation program or technology you'd like to use to present your presentation. You can do PowerPoint, you can do Google Slides, Prezi, like lots of other things. Some people have gotten really creative and used Powtoon or a Screencast-O-Matic like I'm using with this. But just remember, this is what it should include. No longer than 10 minutes with audio, or you can do 7 to 10 slides with speaker's notes in there as opposed to actually talking like I'm talking here. So you either have to have a voiceover that's narrating like I'm doing now, or you need to actually have typed speaker's notes for each slide. Either one works. Remember that all your resources that you use still need to be cited using APA format. You can have like a in-text citations within, but then at the end you need to have what resources were that you used. And you're going to have a discussion on Blackboard around that research topic. And as people look and watch what you've done, you're going to respond to any of their questions. So again, all done asynchronously. So you can see how your assignments are weighted. what the final grading score is, percentage scoring grade. I do reserve the right to make any changes to the syllabus, but y'all, I never do. So very rare, I've never made a change to the syllabus, especially in a summer semester when timing's really tight. So, and then you have your course schedule here. I've made sure to highlight the really important major assignments when they are due. You have no assignments for the week of July 4th. That's just a consistent practice that we do across the cohort. Of course, you're welcome to work during that week, and I might grade during that week as well, some things, but that doesn't mean that you have any assignments for that week. And so, like I said, you're going to have help and guidance within the syllabus for some of these major assignments. So for the discussion board, look very closely at the rubric as you're posting and replying to others. For the final research paper, you'll see the different criteria listed here. You're trying to get to the target. Here's the 8 to 10 points, and then you can see an acceptable column as well as an unacceptable column. So those are there to help you as well. And that really is about it. So if you have other questions, I know that this is pretty short and sweet and to the point, but I also know you've already started submitting things. So hopefully everything within Blackboard and in those modules is very clear and laid out for you. But if you have any questions, please email me, and I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. And again, thank you so much for your understanding and for just sticking in there with me this summer. I'm sure that we're going to learn a lot from one another. So thanks so much.